The social determinants of health, or SDOH items in the MDS, are accompanied by guidance provided in the RAI manual that identifies when sources other than the resident can be used to determine a response. What sources can the assessor use? Residents should be the primary source of information for resident assessment items. The assessor may ask a family member, significant other, guardian, or legally authorized representative to respond only in cases in which the resident is unable to do so. Note that if the resident is unable to respond, and one of the prior mentioned individuals does not provide a response, the assessor can use medical record documentation to code these items. While there are many options for who the assessor may ask to provide a response in cases where the resident is unable to respond, the guidance is specific about when and how the assessor should use this input for coding the SDOH items. The assessor may use input from other individuals or sources to code A1005, ethnicity, A1010, race, A1110, language, and A1250, transportation, only in cases where the resident is unable to respond. If the resident responds or declines to respond, the assessor cannot use input from other sources to code these items. B1300 health literacy and D0700 social isolation are intended to be resident self-report items only. No other source, family, significant other, legally authorized representative, or medical records should be used to identify the response for these items. Let's look at a few examples. Example 1. For A1005 ethnicity, resident F is admitted after a cerebral vascular accident and is unable to respond to questions regarding their ethnicity due to aphasia. A family member is present and replies that resident F is Mexican American. Can you use this response? Yes, when the resident is unable to respond, a response from another individual is allowed for A1005 ethnicity. The resident attempts but is unable to respond due to aphasia, and a family member provides input. Example 2. When asked about A1010 race, resident P chooses not to respond. Their spouse reports the resident's race is white. Can you use this response? No, although a response from another individual can be used for A1010 race. When a resident declines to respond, do not code this item based on other sources. Using a response from another individual is allowable for A1010 race, only when the resident is unable to respond. Example 3. When asked about B1300 health literacy, resident B cannot understand the question, even after the assessor explains it multiple times, and asks that their caregiver respond on their behalf. The caregiver reports that resident B often needs help to read materials from their pharmacy. Can you use the caregiver's response? No, input from other sources may not be used to code B1300 health literacy, as this is a resident self-report item. Let's review. Input from other sources can be used to code SDOH items A1005, ethnicity, A1010, race, A1110, language, and A1250, transportation, only if the resident is unable to respond. The assessor cannot use input from other sources if the resident offers a response or declines to respond. Input from other sources may not be used to code SDOH items B1300 health literacy and D0700 social isolation, as these items are resident self-report only. For more information, please consult the MDS RAI User's Manual.